Everyone knows that Man City are owned by the Vice President and Deputy Prime Minister of the UAE and Sheikh Mansour. Less known, however, is that the UAE Football Association have personally held talks with City Football Group CEO Ferran Soriano about a framework of joint cooperation, and that the UAE Pro League's main sponsor is the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, whose board members include none other than Man City chairman Khaldoon Al Mubarak. Believe it or not, this is the same man that's quite literally paying Premier League referees £20,000 a day to oversee games in the UAE Pro League. I'm sure you all remember that almighty fuck up by VAR last season in the game between Spurs and Liverpool. As it turns out, the officials in charge there had only just taken an 8-hour flight back from Abu Dhabi on the previous day. Given the PGMOL are so big on optics, which is why Newcastle supporter Michael Oliver isn't allowed to oversee their or their fierce rival Sunderland's matches, it beggars belief that these officials are earning more in a week in the UAE than they do in an entire year in England. I don't care who you are, as a human being, you're subconsciously going to be biased towards your paymasters. Every 50-50 decision reviewed by VAR goes in City's favour, whereas Arsenal meet the opposite fate, with this weekend showcasing that more than any other. You had William Saliba get sent off for being the last man, only for Chelsea's toss-in Adebayo to escape the same punishment less than 24 hours later. Similarly, John Stones' stoppage time winner stood, even though the same type of goal is routinely disallowed for other sides, which is why Wolves manager Gary O'Neill decided enough was enough and called this out. He stated that officials have long subconsciously been favoring City and that they would much rather upset the little guy in him than the big guys in Guardiola or Haaland when having to make a contentious decision. The blame for this situation lies at the feet of PGMOL chief Howard Webb. As a former police officer, it should come as no surprise that he's corrupt. 2 years into his role, the Premier League has become more about dogshit refereeing decisions than the actual football. Worse yet, he's refused to take responsibility for his actions. Nottingham Forest were fined almost £1 million for speaking out against the PGMOL, and he point blank told the media that he wouldn't be responding to the claims O'Neill made last night. Unfortunately, Webb has powerful friends in the media. He was recently a guest on Gary Neville's Overlap channel and is routinely featured on Sky Sports as though he were footballing royalty. It's why you'll rarely ever see journalists calling him out, even though us as fans know that there's immense fuckery taking place behind the scenes. Subscribe if you liked this video, don't if you thought it was shite, and I'll catch you in the next one, folks. Peace.